Hi, today again we are back on the team management. Today's topic is leadership style. Now we have talked, this is getting to the end of our lectures. We started talking about team building and all those things involving building a team, selecting team members. We looked at motivation theories and different style of motivation or things you can do to motivate your team. We looked at communication and again, a list of different things you can do within that. We got then to dynamics of a team, how you build a team dynamics, and now we're going to look at the leadership style. Now, it is important because all those things we discuss is come down to this, that how you will lead your team. There are different styles. Now, people think that, oh, my style is like this. Yes, to some degree, we all have got, as part of our characters, a way of doing things. But it's not that you can say, look, this is the way I do it. Different tasks, different kind of job requires different kind of leadership, which you have to know different styles, you have to learn and adapt to different type of style, so you can use it either in the entire, through the entire work of a team, or a different stage of the work of a team, it will require different styles to go through. Now, in this talk today, I'm going to go through the number of different styles which you can use and adapt for different situations. And then later on, I'm going to concentrate on two types of leadership style which you can use in many, many situations. Now, going through the leadership styles, starting with an autocratic leadership, as the word says, that the leader make decisions on their own, they don't listen, they don't accept feedbacks. It may seem a bit authoritarian, but a lot of jobs require that sort of thing. Usually you know exactly what you want, the job is very clear, and you get on with it. The next type is charismatic leadership. This is obviously, you have to be charismatic, as it says, is usually for business crisis, dealing with crisis. This type of leaders, they are charismatic, they have the trust of their team members, and they move things very fast forward. Next type is laissez-faire sort of leadership. It's a completely free to do anything. So the subordinates have got total freedom to get on with the job and do it. Obviously, in this kind of situation, you are looking at a kind of team members which are competent in what their expertise is, and you trust them, you work together, and you can move the job forward. Usually in creative situation, we use that. Next, we're looking at participative leadership. This is a kind of situation we really work together. It's a very slow sort of team, because decision making is slow, sluggish. You have to sit down and discuss it. It works when we are working with a group of experts, which you have to listen to them. You have to take their advice to move things forward. Next one is servant leadership. This kind of leadership is you share authority in decision making and in the power. You work within a well-defined structure. Can be big companies, government situations, very fixed sort of framework. Directive leadership is the kind of leaders which they create the goals of what we are supposed to achieve, they establish a timeline and criteria of success, what it is. And then the leaders, obviously, they have the ability to adapt the situation as they go forward. Facilitative leadership is kind of, you let the people to go and get on their job, and you facilitate, create situations which they can get on with the job and do it well. And usually you expect a high competence from your team member. These kind of leaders, they see the big picture, and they would sort of facilitate the team to move towards that big picture. Next one is transformational leaders. Usually we use it when we have got a creative workforce, being in advertising, sometimes in your software development and things like that, which you encourage trust and transparency, obviously, within your team member, and usually can be very effective, but it depends to the kind of job you are doing. Now, task-oriented leadership is like project management. We have got a clear job to do, and in these kind of many projects come like that, teams are like that. We are going to deliver a very specific job, and we have got a nice flow chart of the work. Everybody is well defined what they're going to do, and we know the timeline, and we move people on that timeline. That's one of the leaderships we're going to talk more about it in next talk. Okay, democratic leadership, as it suggests, usually used. You have to bring the other stakeholders in. You cannot just make decisions on your own. This can be in a government situation, schools, non-profit organizations, charities, which you have to bring other stakeholders with you, and you're going to get their agreement. It's bureaucratic. It requires that sort of structure and regulation to follow. Now, transactional leadership, we are looking at here is typically very large organizations like big operational enterprises. They require fast decision making. There are too many things happening, and rapid decisions are very important. It can be like military organizations. Very transparent chain of command would be there, and you make decisions. Everybody at their own level would make a decision down the line. Finally, is situational leadership, which again I'm going to talk about it later in detail. This kind of leadership can be adopted for almost any tasks. It's got a very adaptable system. You can change the style as the project develops or the team develops towards the end. So that what one can say is very adaptable, very flexible, but then the leaders need to have a multiple type of skills and styles to be able to deliver this. So I think that would take us to the end of this talk. Let me see if there is anything more I want to say. No, that's it. Task-oriented and situational leadership would be in the next talk. I see you later. Take care now.